Back in September, the Barons lost a shootout in their first matchup against the Dolphins. Can Miami do it again? The answer comes your way next on Madden Football.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The excitement growing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with their opponents. Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, our visitors, they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And for all the collegiate success he had, highest passer efficiency rating by a mile, he's a guy who's had his share of detractors at the professional level, but I do like his poise, I do like his moxie, and I love his accuracy.
They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 23 carries, 82 yards.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now Tua. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw taken in here by Fuller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the gun, a run with Mostert. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Tua sets up to pass it. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Looking to pass. Tua getting this out to the flat. Mostert. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
But they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. That throw complete to his tight end long. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Mostert. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. There's Fuller for a Dolphin touchdown. Will Fuller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the 2nd drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. That time a 9-play drive. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU and Zach Wilson.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year, but it's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
Here's a Florida native from up near Pensacola. It's Michael Carter. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Emmanuel Agba there on the stop. Throwing is Wilson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Here's Wilson. They'll set up the screen to Carter. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. $51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big...
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. John Franklin Myers in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll look to Mostert to start things out. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Here's Tua. This to Hines on the drop-off. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He'll swing this out to Mostert. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Yeah, sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Wilson going to give to Carter on the draw. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to Carter. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Wilson. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line. Here's a give to Carter. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
On first down, Wilson. Throw right side, caught by Davis. 7 yards, the pickup there. Working with a 2nd and 3. Now Wilson. It's caught here by Adams. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
I'd love to sit down at some point in our offseason and talk to these defensive coordinators in the red zone. Tight end is obviously a big threat, yet these guys continue to make plays. Is there any other way to stop them?
Apparently not. In the red zone, like you said, that's your guy. They got it to him.
Supreme confidence in going to a playmaker.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now it's Wilson. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And his kick here is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Let's go!
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tua. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf, dude. That's bottom shelf material. After 1, 17-7 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now, it's Brooklyn in possession as they've got it 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, they run with Carter. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll run with Carter. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, your front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. Miami's offense set and ready to go, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Tua going to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Miami. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. His throw incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Draw play, Carter. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and it'll be fourth down.
From this vantage point, they've got the lead here, so for me, that'd be enough to go ahead and punt the football and let my defense defend the long field.
If you go for it, you don't get it, then you really put your defense in a tight spot.
Yeah, but we never know what people ultimately will decide to do here on 4th and inches.
Here's Braden Mann now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 36 yards on the punt with no return. Miami set to take over. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw again on second down. Tua on the right side, open is Gesicki. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. The Dolphins on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Get ready.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first half, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Second and 11. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Sheldon Rankins in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He'll check this down to Hines. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking deep for Adams.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
And they'll send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10
at their 38. They'll start on the ground with Hines, and he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. Tua sets up to pass it, and that is incomplete. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Another run on 2nd down with Carter.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Now Wilson. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. A handoff for Carter.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, these two teams met down in Miami earlier this year with the Dolphins winning that one. So they're looking for the season sweep with a win here in Miami.
A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
Carter with it.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Another run on second down with Carter. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 80 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40.
They'll try the left side with Carter.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Adams. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Von Miller in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Wilson's throw going to be caught by Davis.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. He's got Njoku over the middle. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Looking to pass. Tua.
This one complete to Jalen Waddle.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Play action, now it's Tua. Open receiver here, complete, it's Parker. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big play there for the Dolphins.
We always talk about the guy that paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements of going and making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. It's complete to Fuller. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Sanders' kick is good. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. So we've
as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
Here we go.
And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that one will be accepted. Here's Wilson. They will find Davis. That's complete. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll make it a second down. Wilson. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Play action. Now Wilson. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Play action. It's Wilson. And bringing it in, it's Davis. Uses the stiff arm. Touchdown! Corey Davis with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Barons are able to stretch out their lead.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
To throw again on second down, Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. John Franklin Myers in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Now back to throw.
This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A big play there for the Dolphins.
So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
And the top speed he attained there, according to Next Gen Stats, 21.3 miles per hour.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10.
They hand it off to Mostert.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
From midfield, here's Tua. That's going to be caught by Waddle.
And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. And this score will stay right where it is.
You know that they were thinking second half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side. And in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. And he'll get it down here to the 43. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll run here with Carter. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Carter once more. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 19.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Wilson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. Back to the ground with Carter. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Let's go.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
They go play action now. Wilson. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Matt Ioannidis able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation, because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Wilson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
They'll try to run with Carter. And a few little style points on the juke, but not much room to maneuver after that. It'll be a gain of 5, but they're still left with a long 4th and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is indeed good, and that will push this lead up to 20 now.
So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe.
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. John Franklin Myers in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched. And even 100 yards rushing now for the ball game on 24 carries. Ooh, with a juke. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. On 2nd down at 4, Wilson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he's got this down to the 35. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material. Carter will try the right side. And not much running room. Down to the 32. On 2nd and 7, Wilson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Here's a give to Carter. And now Carter going to be stopped up short. He did not get there. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that 1st down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Going for it, it's Carter. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th.
They'll run on first down. Carter. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And it's caught. Touchdown. David Njoku. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Barons are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Point after, up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. John Franklin Myers, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Sheldon Rankins picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And I noticed you used the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, Carter. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's got this down to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here's Carter.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium.
Here we go. Hey, read. Mike. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Mike.
Another run on second down with Carter.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Oh, ball, baby. Oh. Yeah. 30 pace. Let's go. 50, Mike. 50. You don't want none. You don't pick up the ball.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked up by Xavier Howard. He's at the 40, the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead down to 20. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
From the 6. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And that pick six a moment ago doesn't change things too much. They still seem pretty comfortable with a 3-possession fourth quarter lead. They'll start on the ground. Carter.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. Wilson now off the bootleg.
A throw to the flat for Carter.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now Wilson. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46.
A give, Carter running right.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that's complete to Adams. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 30.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Carter and give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Carter. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, if this defense has any hopes of getting back into this game, they've got to start right here and keep these guys out of the end zone. That's a good step 1 on that play.
Carter again. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Michael Carter, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Barons are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth quarter lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Extra point right down the middle, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was Michael Carter who finished it all off with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Going to the air, Tagovailoa able to get away. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
These two teams, they met up earlier in the year back in week 2. And it was the Dolphins with a road victory, so they'll look for the sweep now here in Miami.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua, and this is caught. It's Parker. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Looking to pass. Tua. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Tua on 4th down. Now thrown to Parker, complete on the slant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Tua now on 1st down. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. Tua to throw again. Going deep here for Parker. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. He'll get this complete to his running back, Bowden. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Tua. He gets this one complete to Bowden. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. From the 31, Tua. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Tua setting up shop to throw again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. They'll run for it with Hines. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. Now Carter to start the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Another run on 2nd down with Carter. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 137 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. They'll run with Carter. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Here we go.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go do the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator,
just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for our visitors, they get a critical 10th win on the year with 1 game left to go.